Hey guys, doing something a little bit different here today. I'm going to provide some commentary on an Ulduar VOD of mine from a week 1 server release of Ulduar. In this video, I'm going over Iron Council hard mode and specifically solo tanking it and how to solo tank it as a prop paladin, kind of what we're looking for, what we're doing in the moment, play by play with this VOD review. I hope that this is good content for you guys. I feel like I've gotten a few requests on some commentary things. So if you like this, please let me know in the comments. Like this video, tell your friends about it. Please, please, please let me know. This is by no means, this is not a boss guide at all. This is not a boss guide. You must know how Iron Council hard mode works before watching a video like this to fully understand it. But yeah, let's jump right into it and just see how this goes. And if you guys like it, just again, let me know and I'll gladly do more of this stuff. Okay, so right off the jump, I did get tricks for skull target, so I'm trying to pick up aggro on Mulgium and Steelbreaker. I throw out a Hodge here on Brundir just to interrupt the cast. Hodge should be used as an interrupt in Classic. Whether or not it'll stun Brundir, we'll have to wait and see.
Moving in about 3 seconds. Get ready to move.
Okay, this is super important for solo tank. You always need to be pre-moving every time a rune of power spawns because it's going to be right underneath these bosses' feet, and you have to get them out of it ASAP. So the fastest way to get them out is just to pre-move a good chunk, a couple seconds before it spawns.
Get out of overload. Do not die to this, boys.
We have overload going, and everyone runs away. I go ahead and decide to stay in and soak it. If I didn't have half HP going into that, I probably wouldn't have procced my Ardent. But this is a perfectly fine place for me to proc Ardent. I won't need it really until later. There is one spooky moment where I wish that I had it, but we do survive it anyway, so not a big deal here. And again, I'm trying to dispel myself every single time Fusion Punch happens, so I'm spamming my Dispel keybind every time one goes out. Just one less global for my healers to use. Here comes the Fusion Punch, dispelled immediately.
Alright, we're moving.
Pre-moving for Rune of Power here, which is super important. I may have turned and showed my back there for a second, which is maybe why I spiked, but thankfully my Holy Paladin's on top of it.
Rune of Death coming in 10 seconds.
Now, because we're in phase 2, we're getting Rune of Deaths. So I'm going to raid sack this first one here. And I do give myself a Divine Protection. I don't think I needed to Divine Protection there. I probably should have saved it. But it's still a fine use. As long as I'm using it on Fusion Punches, it's still useful. Calling for Paints up here for this Fusion Punch. Only because healing and everything gets a little more intensive in phase 2. And just getting through phase 2 is the name of the game. Getting to phase 3 is free. So you get through phase 2, you win.
Rune of Death in 10 seconds. Bimby, you're going to raid sack this.
We're calling for raid sack on this Rune of Death. Late Dispel on the Fusion Punch.
Beautiful. Restack.
Meow, go out or stay out.
Yep.
We have good swaps happening with our Disc and Shadow Priest. I pre-move here, but the boss has already started casting Fusion Punch. And I don't have Ardent, so that was super spooky. Didn't have Ardent available. The boss was in Rune of Death as he was casting Fusion Punch. I don't have Paints up, no Raid Sacks, no Divine Protection. I didn't call for a Bubble Hand sack or anything at all. So that was just like raw soaking that damage. And that's just prop pally strength right there, baby. That's just huge. And I even called for lay on hands. I don't know if I'd lay on hands myself or if Bimby lay on hands me, or if I just got topped off by a penance, but that was big. That was a spooky, spooky moment there, and definitely could have been a wipe, especially if you're playing as any other tank. That's most likely a wipe. Now we pop a Lust as soon as we get into phase 3 here, and just Zerg the boss. I switch over to Seal of Vengeance because it's now single target completely. Just do a little more damage. And I'm going to start absolutely blasting. Let me go ahead and hide my camera over here so you can see the DPS meters. As you can see, we have a Blood DK DPS. That is just an unironic Blood DK DPS, just a buddy of mine memeing around. Don't look into that too much. And again, we have until this debuff expires to kill the boss. So you absolutely have to 2 heal this and solo tank it if you want to solo tank it. 3 healing probably wouldn't be able to get you enough damage out.
I'll just soak the next one too. Just get a bubble on me.
And easy. We have what is that? 17 seconds to spare by the time the boss dies? 17 seconds to spare, easy. And that's a week 1 Iron Council hard mode solo tank. So it's only going to get easier from there. If you want to see more videos like this, I do have this VOD as a watchable video on my YouTube channel, so I will leave a link to that below. And again, guys, yeah, if you're interested in more stuff like this, please let me know. I just need your comments telling me like, hey, we like this commentary stuff, and then I'll do more of it. I'll do DK tank stuff. I'll do more Prop Pally solo tank stuff. I'll do as much as I can. I just need to know if this is worth my time or not. All right, thanks so much, guys, for listening and watching. Peace out.